People hard at work out in the fields, still of dawn broken by birds in the trees, echoing their songs so mellow and sweet. Rays of sun are piercing through the leaves. Is this paradise? Could it be real? Mountains towering that reach to the sky, ever white sand beach for many a mile, nestled in the crystal clear blue sea. There's no other place I'd rather be. Jamaica, where the land, sky, and sea meet as one. Early morning mist covers the hills. People hard at work out in the fields, still of dawn broken by birds in the trees, echoing their songs so mellow and sweet. Rays of sun are piercing through the leaves. Is this paradise? Could it be real? Mountains towering that reach to the sky, ever white sand beach for many a mile, nestled in the crystal clear blue sea. There's no other place I'd rather be. Jamaica, where the land, sky, and sea meet as one. Early morning mist covers the hills. People hard at work out in the fields, still of dawn broken by birds in the trees, echoing their songs so mellow and sweet. Rays of sun are piercing through the leaves. Is this paradise? Could it be real? Mountains towering that reach to the sky, ever white sand beach for many a mile, nestled in the crystal clear blue sea. There's no other place I'd rather be. Jamaica, where the land, sky, and sea meet as one. Early morning mist covers the hills. People hard at work out in the fields, still of dawn broken by birds in the trees, echoing their songs so mellow and sweet. Rays of sun are piercing through the leaves. Is this paradise? crystal clear blue sea. There's no other place I'd rather be. Jamaica, where the land, sky, and sea meet as one. Still of dawn broken by birds in the trees, echoing their songs so mellow and sweet. Rays of sun are piercing through the leaves. Is this paradise? Could it be real? Mountains towering that reach to the sky. Sand beach for many a mile, nestled in the crystal clear blue sea. There's no other place I'd rather be. Jamaica, where the land, sky, and sea meet as one. Still of dawn broken by birds in the trees, echoing their songs so mellow and sweet. Rays of sun are piercing through the leaves. Is this paradise? Could it be real? Mountains towering that reach to the sky. Sand beach for many a mile, nestled in the crystal clear blue sea. There's no other place I'd rather be. Jamaica, where the land, sky, and sea meet as one. Still of dawn broken by birds in the trees, echoing their songs so mellow and sweet. Rays of sun are piercing through the leaves. Is this paradise? Could it be real? Mountains towering that reach to the sky. Sand beach for many a mile, nestled in the crystal clear blue sea. There's no other place I'd rather be. Jamaica, where the land, sky, and sea meet as one.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Veronica Linky Chow, and on behalf of all committee members, I would like to welcome you to our first virtual fundraiser for Gift of Hope. For the past 7 years, we have come together to support children with disabilities served by mustard seed communities at Gift of Hope in Jamaica. This past year has been full of challenges, and for the first time in years, we are unable to have an in-person function for Gift of Hope. So along with two of our committee members, Andrew Foreman and Tara Mo Young, we thought we'll offer conversation with Monsignor Gregory so you can hear from him directly how the children are doing and why he needs our support more than ever.
Monsignor Gregory, thank you so much for joining us today. Please let us know how you're doing. And also, could you share with us some of the greatest challenges facing mustard seed communities and Gift of Hope during this pandemic?
Well, thank you all very much. Really, thank you for getting together and thinking of this virtual way of continuing your interest by showing what can be done for our children in Gift of Hope. I know you are concerned about the Gift of Hope, but I'll give you a general idea of what's happening in all our homes. As you know, what happened about 4 months ago, 3 months ago, we had a terrible thing at Jerusalem where 39 residents and staff got affected. But thankfully, Father Garvin and his team in Jacob's Ladder locked off and fenced off 8 cottages, put the kids in there. The staff was so amazing. The Jamaican staff were just amazing. And they came and they said, Father, we'll help continue looking after the kids. They did that. Now everything has gone clear with that. So we are, and Gift of Hope is the same thing. We have been in touch with Anne-Marie a lot. Of course, I can't move around too much because of pre-existing conditions and so, but they have been trying their best. And so far, thank God, we haven't had any situation of COVID in Gift of Hope. Now, in general, for the last year and a bit, we haven't had volunteers coming to Jamaica. How does that affect us? More than one ways. One, the kids always like, they help the staff when they come by attracting the kids and preoccupying the kids so the staff get to help, And the poor staff, a lot of them have their own kids at home to look after. Secondly, they bring things that we need, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of simple things like, office things or Pampers, big deal, Pampers. Um, uh, Things like vitamins, or anything they're allowed to bring, they bring it so that we save having to buy these things. And, a child may want a special vitamin, a child may want it. We get that when the volunteers come. All of that is gone. If you value that, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. On top of that, when the volunteers used to come, we had roughly 2,000 volunteers in the past 3 years per year. They came, stayed a week and went back. They raise extra funds, send it to our headquarters so that we can get some money to pay staff and so on. Of course, that's not there. That includes Gift of Hope. That includes everything else. By the way, just as I remember, I want to thank you, Veronica and her team, you guys. You are sending down some container loads of stuff we need. So at least we don't have to buy these things right now. The clothes and the shoes and the this and the that. So thank you all very much. And please thank your donors. But in all, we have gone down in terms of being confident in where our support is going to come to pay for the everyday bills. I'm talking medicine. So those are some of the things, and those are where we are hitting very hard. Now, of course, when a staff member gets it, he or she doesn't come to work. But then we have to replace that member and still help pay the staff member that's out of work. So those are the kinds of problems we are having when you come right down to the brass tacks.
Monsignor, it sounds like your staff have put tremendous effort into keeping the children safe. You shared that mission trips and events which provide critical funding for the care of the children have been cancelled since last March.
Yes.
So I wonder, how are the basic needs of the residents at Gift of Hope being met at this time? And how are the staff and residents coping?
My friend, I must tell you, the staff we have here, I have not seen this kind of staff in everywhere I go. In other words, these girls are ready to put themselves on the line. And I mean that. And they have kids at home too. They have never demanded, oh my God, I want my salary. They know the pressure we are under. They have gone past and beyond the virtue of sacrifice. Cash wise, we are on the edge of a blade edge of a blade. And I am sure we are owing some companies, they wouldn't kill us, but at the same time, this can't go on for too long. I mean, thank God they know who mustard seed is and so on. But remember, Jamaica is one thing. We don't take any Jamaican funds, and we need funds for Jamaica. But remember, we have to look after the other countries also. We're not even talking about that yet, just Jamaica. But I'm just blessed and amazed how God has worked through our staff. And thankfully also the medicines and so on that we get, the children's services help us in some, not all. So from that point of view, but you know, maintenance cost. Remember, maintenance cost to keep everything working, plumbing, everything, it costs money. We have to still do the gardening, and so in other words, to get we're trying to grow our own food because buying it is going to be very expensive. So those are the kinds of stuff we are under more pressure, but we are not going to give up.
Are there any things that you have been forced to do because of the pandemic that you will continue to do when things return to normal?
You know, I tell you, the things we have had to increase in, remember our children can't go face to face to school. So we have to find ways to get them little tablets because they're old enough to use it, you see, the tablets, and even the disabled children, tablets and whatever they use to do that. We have had to pay more for internet services so the children can still go to school while they're at home. I don't want them to fall back at all. A child falling back 1 month of class is one thing. Falling back 11, 12 months, that's a whole different story. You know, especially with children with disabilities, you need to repeat things all the time to get them to learn, you know. Speech therapy, or little Down syndrome child, she can't go to that, but she has to find a way. The nurses have to bring the teacher online to teach her the speech therapy. So those are the kinds of things that I don't want to have to do later on, although we are doing some of that right now by not having the right facilities and so on.
Monsignor, it sounds like you're facing many challenges.
Yes.
And it's remarkable how many new ways you have found to connect despite the difficulties.
Yes, yes.
How are you, Monsignor, being able to keep in good spirits, given the restrictions in movement, and also find time to refresh yourself? And how have the staff and residents kept their spirits up as well?
Okay, I want to tell you this, my friend. My feeling, prayer life. Do you know some of the children with disabilities join me at 2:30 in the morning for meditation and mass? I have a Rasta man here, Rasta man. He gets up, and he's not forced, and comes and fix the chapel and stays and reads the first reading. No, this is Rasta man, you know. But more than that, I have a Jesuit priest here, Father Peter McIsaacs. He is teaching some of the ladies and men in Jacob Ladder, the men, yard men. They want classes in catechism, in how to become more Christian. He's giving them that. Father Garvin had them, you know, receive the other day. I'm talking people who are now finding time to reflect on their own lives. Our morning prayer, every morning we're having a good bunch of people in the morning prayer, in the evening prayer, in the lunch. To me, this is what is keeping us excited and ready. We are not going to lose hope because God is with us. And you know, that is vitally important. The kids have to know that. The kids, we have not let down on any one of our spiritual programs, although we have let down on the social programs. And the ladies are so attentive with the kids coming on time to prayers. So I should give God his place and really say, look, I have never been so blessed personally and in the group here as people who have been blessed in serving the Lord. And the other thing too is I must tell you how many calls we get. Little people, you know, I'm talking, Andrew, little people, a taxi driver will come and drop off a little food, a little $5,000. You could ever beat this. These are, let me tell you, it wouldn't fulfill everything, but a seed is planted when these people show their seed of love. So I tell people it's not the water that is the water that's in the ship that sinks it, not the waters that are around, right? If we allow that water to come into our ship, we're gone. But listen to the opposite. It's the fuel inside a plane that makes it fly. Sure, it's not the air outside. So we have to make sure that fuel is made up of the flame of Christ.
We know as difficult as the last year was, the new year is proving to be just, if not more challenging. With mission trips and events still canceled, what are the most important needs that exist at Gift of Hope, and how can anyone help, Monsignor?
Well, thank you for asking, and thank you all for being so interested in finding out what's happening at Gift of Hope. The most important needs at the moment, if I could put it very bluntly, is to get the cash to pay our bills. Full stop. In terms of the kids, their medicals, their, you know, whatever it is they need for food and so on, but also the general bills like utilities and maintenance. You know, you have to keep the homes in a certain way and all this kind of stuff. On top of that, we have beautiful women working there who have given of themselves to work with the children, but they need their salaries. And their salaries are not great. It's about 40, 50, 60,000 a month, Jamaican, and that is less than $500 a month. The cost we have found for taking care of a child at Gift of Hope, that is everything included, medical, you know, room and board, everything, the staff and so on, is around $1,000 a month. And because they're severely disabled, and so that's where the cost goes up. So that is what we find that we need. And if 10 people can give us $1,000 a month, or 20 people, that will be very helpful. For we have to plan ahead. You can't eat for 1 month and we don't know where the food is coming from for the next month.
Monsignor, believe me, I'm praying all the time, every day,
Gosh, bless you.
that more people will join us in supporting,
Yes,
you know, the children.
yes, yes, yes.
Since we are going through similar but unique challenges with this pandemic, do you have any thoughts or advice for us how we can best deal with it?
They have created a program called Race for the Residents, where we pretend we are with the residents, we pretend we are visiting the place, and we get friends. If one person could get another person to do some of the things we want to get done, either raising the funds or getting the food or the pampers, oh my God. And we have so many Jamaicans in South Florida, let's say. It will be fascinating. And I know you may have a rush of other communities coming to you, but these children have no parents. We are their parents, and we are their sisters and brothers. From womb to tomb we have promised them. We can't abandon them twice. They're already found in the worst situations where you wouldn't abandon animals. And the poor thing, you know, we bring them here and we are telling them we can't feed you. Sorry, only when we can have food we'll feed you. That is not right. So that's what I'm trying to get to.
Thank you so much, Monsignor Gregory. It is so unfortunate that we cannot be together this year. We miss you and we're grateful to you and the many caregivers who really love and support so many vulnerable children. As you say, the children so often teach, inspire us, and help us find our inner strength.
Thank you all very much. I have another Zoom to go to, but thank you. God bless you. Hey, just tell anyone you see or hear from that we send our blessings and we'll be praying for you guys as much as we can. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Friends, you've heard from Monsignor about the impact of the pandemic on our children at the Gift of Hope. And I know that you've met some of these children over the years, from your in-person participation at our previous fundraisers, through the photos and slideshows that we've shared. Thank you to those of you who have remained with us on this journey. And if this is your first time, we welcome you. This has been a labor of love as we were trying to figure out, how to bring this appeal to you in a very difficult time for all of us. Our world has been affected more than any other moment in our lifetime. And through it all, although the local impact has been profound, no child at the Gift of Hope has gone without food, shelter, and the loving care that your generous donations have made possible to sustain them during this time. However, with the loss of revenue, as Monsignor has described, we knew we could not miss a beat. We had to find a way to bridge the gap. And so this year, more than ever, our children need our continued help and support. And it is with this in mind that once again, I appeal to you on behalf of the children. And as we travel through this season of Lent and into Easter, we're reminded of the encouraging words of Pope Francis to uphold the inestimable value of all human life, even the weakest and the most vulnerable, the sick, the old, the unborn, and the poor. They are masterpieces of God's creation. We wanted you to meet some of our little residents and staff at the Gift of Hope, and keep in mind that your giving today will help children like Kimoya, a bright, engaging 6-year-old who loves school, loves to read and help other kids. Kimoya is hearing impaired and was only 2 when she came to the Mustard Seed communities. Let's take a moment now to meet her.
Our Father, who art in heaven. She likes to dress up.
Yes. She likes pretty girly things.
Pretty girly things, doing the nail polishes,
Yes.
the lip gloss, putting on pretty clothes, doing up the hair. She likes that, and she likes
coloring as
coloring
well.
as well.
Books also.
Yeah,
She loves books.
She likes to go out.
Right, and she likes to play on a tablet as well.
And when you introduce something to Kimoya, she learns it and she will mimic that, whatever it is that it starts.
Right.
And hopefully, when she's fitted with these hearing aids, she might develop speech, because now, when Kimoya just came here, she was not able to form words. Now she can
Making a lot
she
of
make
words.
yeah, she can, you know exactly what she's saying. It's not crystal clear, but you know that she's calling a devil, or she's calling to a particular nurse, because she does try to form the words. So Kimoya can develop her skills, she can work.
See her giving speeches at the universities and colleges.
And for Kimoya, every day is just a new day for her with
right.
new possibilities,
So
and we're
sky's
just
the
so
limit
happy
for her.
Yeah.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done here on earth.
As you can see, she has blossomed. She's a happy, well-adjusted little girl who thankfully will always be able to call the Gift of Hope home. This appeal wouldn't be complete without meeting little Jamoli. He's another little miracle who was discarded and ever so vulnerable. Now he's chatting, attending school, crawling, and able to pull himself up to stand. His caregivers believe that he will eventually be able to walk one day.
For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever we pray. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever.
Thank you.
These special ladies, as you heard Monsignor speak about them, are so much more than caregivers. They have reinvented themselves to fill not only the maternal role for these children, but have also become their therapists, their friends, their support. And with your support, we can all be part of the growth, development, and achievement of the children. There are so many ways to give. You should have received an appeal letter with a donation envelope. No gift is too small. This is the envelope. It is already self-addressed. If you haven't had a chance to fill it out as yet, please take a moment to prayerfully consider a donation. If you want to donate online, please visit our website. A few generous donors have stepped forward to match your donations this year, up to $25,000. For example, if you donate $100, it will be matched equally, so that we urge you to donate as early as possible. Your gift will go twice as far in providing urgently needed food, medicine, and therapy. You're also welcome to mail your check and made it payable to Mustard Seed Community's Gift of Hope. We thank you for your support.
Hello, I am Katrina Linky Chow, and my brother Brandon and I would like to thank you on behalf of the Gift of Hope Mustard Seed Communities. We thank you for your generosity and love. As we conclude today's event, we want to take this opportunity to recognize you, each and every one of you, who without your support, this event would not be possible. We are extremely grateful to our loyal donors, our sponsors, those of you who work behind the scenes in the background, who never cease to support our efforts and have given tirelessly of your time, your talent, and treasures over the years. Special recognition and appreciation to our 2021 sponsors include Alan Bray, Dave and Heather Chin, Vincent and Jeanette Hosang, Anita Logan, Charles and Audrey Watkins, Caribbean Food Delights, Negril Eatery Inc., and to those donors who have asked to remain anonymous, we thank you. It is through the generous support of donors like you that we have been able for the first time to have a matching donation of up to $25,000 this year to increase the financial support for Gift of Hope.
And of course, it goes without saying that this event would not be possible without the amazing help of the behind-the-scenes staff at Mustard Seed Communities in Boston and Jamaica, the local Gift of Hope planning community, as well as those who are in this virtual call with us and those who have made in-kind donations. Today's event has truly been special, as it is our first virtual event where we connect over the internet. The beautiful ethereal music composition, Jamaica Our Home, and the Lord's Prayer were both written and composed by Raymond and Zand. They were arranged and produced by Handel Tucker as they gently washed over us. A reminder of why we are here today. It's for the children at Gift of Hope in Jamaica, our home. Our first virtual fundraiser has occurred during this beautiful season of Lent, a time of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. And it couldn't have happened in a more deeply meaningful time during this COVID-19 pandemic. And through it all, despite the hardships and tremendous loss, the pain that the world has endured, we still are able to reach down to our hearts and remember the most important cause we are here for today, the children. Our giving today, your unselfish generosity, makes it possible for us to continue our mission to provide a safe and healthy place for these children to live, where they can receive lifelong care, proper access to medical treatments and therapy, and give them a chance to fight out a normal life with dignity. When we're asked, what is Gift of Hope? There's only one real logical response that comes to my mind: the sheer possibilities. The possibilities that are inspired by the healing and caring ministry of Jesus Christ, uplifting the most vulnerable, the disabled, and abandoned children. And it is in his service that we're gathered here today. And we thank you for being part of this gathering.
And God bless you.
God bless.